There's an obstruction ahead, hundreds of passengers are behind you, and your train can't swerve around it. You stop safely, report what you can see, and wait for instructions while passengers wonder what's happening. Most shifts are quieter, but routine journeys are built around being ready when something suddenly changes. Your day starts by checking your duty, operational notices, and anything changed on the route. Some shifts begin before sunrise when the station is nearly empty and most passengers are asleep. You need to be rested, alert, and capable of concentrating for hours without letting routine take over. You put on high vis, cross the depot or platform, and find the unit you're driving. Inside the cab, you set your position, check the controls, and complete the required preparation. Cab alarms demand deliberate attention because acknowledging a warning means understanding why it appeared. Then several hundred tons begins moving, responding to control changes most passengers never notice. You know the gradients, junctions, speed changes, signals, braking points, and risks along your route. At the first platform, you brake accurately and stop where the train needs to be. Once boarding and dispatch are complete, you confirm it's safe before applying power. You're never racing, but seconds lost at several stations can quickly become a noticeable delay. Then a yellow signal appears, warning that the railway ahead may require you to stop. You reduce speed early, because steel wheels on steel rails need far more stopping distance than cars. The next signal is red, so you stop short and wait instead of guessing what's ahead. When information is needed, you speak clearly with the signaler and confirm the message is understood. The route clears and you continue, but the timetable you started with is already slipping. Passengers want delays recovered, yet you still drive to the signals, conditions, and rules. At a major station, crowds and luggage slow boarding while the departure time passes. For long stretches, you drive alone, watching familiar track closely enough to notice what's different. Then heavy rain arrives, covering the windscreen and making a familiar route look completely different. Wet rails and leaves change how the train responds, so your acceleration and braking become gentler. At the terminus, passengers leave quickly, but your shift continues with another journey back. You secure one cab, walk along the train, and prepare the cab at the other end. Your break may only allow food, water, and a few quiet minutes before returning. Soon you're driving again as afternoon platforms fill and the same stations arrive in reverse. Radio calls and cab alarms demand attention, but the railway ahead remains your priority. The route becomes familiar, but the dangerous mistake is allowing familiarity to become autopilot. A temporary speed restriction or engineering work can make today's journey different from yesterday's. That's why you check updated information instead of assuming the railway will always look the same. Then a passenger becomes unwell at a station, stopping the service while staff respond. The delay grows and the platform fills, but you still can't depart until it's safe. Passengers see minutes on an app while you balance signals, stops, instructions, and pressure. By evening, landmarks are harder to see, and fatigue becomes something you actively manage. One final busy run can feel longest after hours of decisions nobody else noticed. Later, the carriage is empty and you hear more of the train as stations become quieter. Another red signal appears, and you treat it with exactly the same respect as the first. Train driving means doing the safe thing correctly every time, even when nothing has happened for hours. Eventually, the last passengers leave and you take the empty train toward its depot. You secure the cab and pass on anything the next driver needs to know. You finally sign off, knowing tomorrow may start before sunrise, and demand the same concentration. Could you stay focused for hours knowing one missed signal or bad decision could have serious consequences? Tell me below. Subscribe for another life most people never experience. Then take that pressure into the cockpit.